Welcome to Bts Lover channel. Today's headline has stunned fans worldwide. The world is shocked as Taehyung is chosen as a global icon for a Chinese airline. But is this really just a brand partnership or a sign of a secret project quietly being prepared? Hidden signals, unanswered questions, and reactions that raise even more curiosity. Stay with us as we uncover the mystery behind the surprising move.
BTS is back. Feel the attack.
The world is shocked. That was the phrase echoing across fan communities, timelines, and whispered late-night conversations when Taehyung's name suddenly appeared alongside a major Chinese airline. No teaser poster weeks in advance. No loud press countdown. Just one quiet reveal, and a global reaction that refused to stay quiet. Taehyung, BTS's V, chosen as a global icon for a Chinese airline. But was this really just another brand collaboration, or was it something far more layered, more calculated, and more symbolic than anyone expected? At first glance, it looks simple. A world-class artist representing a global brand. Yet the more fans looked, the more questions surfaced. Why now? Why this airline? Why Taehyung? And why in such a restrained, almost secretive way? In an industry that thrives on noise, this move felt different. It felt intentional. Taehyung has always carried a presence that goes beyond music. From the way he walks through airports to the way cameras seem to soften when they find him, he has long been associated with travel, elegance, and quiet power. Fans noticed it years ago. His airport fashion became a genre of its own. His gaze through airplane windows, captured in candid moments, often went viral without explanation. Was this partnership simply recognizing something that had always been there? But then came the details that made people pause. This wasn't just a regional campaign. The word global appeared clearly, deliberately. Not limited routes, not limited markets. Global. And in today's climate, that word carries weight. It implies trust, reach, and a belief that one face can speak to many cultures without translation. Choosing Taehyung wasn't just about popularity, it was about image, emotion, and resonance. Fans began revisiting old moments, as they always do. Interviews where Taehyung spoke about movement, about finding inspiration in unfamiliar places. Lyrics that hinted at distance and longing. Photos from past tours where he looked most at peace not on stage, but in transit, between countries, between worlds. Was this coincidence, or had the narrative been quietly building for years? What made the announcement even more intriguing was Taehyung's own silence. No immediate post. No celebratory caption. No emoji-filled acknowledgement. Just stillness. And with Taehyung, stillness has never meant absence. It has always meant intention. Industry insiders, at least those fans imagine in their theories, would argue that airlines don't choose icons lightly. An airline doesn't just sell seats. It sells safety, aspiration, dreams of arrival. It sells the feeling of becoming someone new the moment your feet leave the ground. And Taehyung embodies transformation. He shifts effortlessly between artist, muse, performer, and enigma. He doesn't chase attention. It follows him. Some fans wondered if this marked a new phase in Taehyung's global positioning, not just as a musician, but as a cultural symbol. Others went further, speculating about future projects tied to travel, film, or even diplomacy through culture. Theories multiplied, each one more imaginative than the last, yet all circling the same core question: why does this feel bigger than an endorsement? Chinese social platforms reportedly reacted with intensity. His name trended. His visuals were dissected. His aura was discussed not just as handsome, but as cinematic, trustworthy, timeless. Words rarely used lightly in branding conversations. Fans there spoke of him as someone who makes distance feel gentle, who turns long journeys into something emotional rather than exhausting. And then there was the timing. In a year where Taehyung has been selectively visible, choosing quality over quantity, this announcement landed like a quiet thunderclap. It didn't interrupt the noise. It created its own silence, the kind that makes people lean in closer. The kind that invites speculation not through chaos, but through calm. Was this airline betting on Taehyung's ability to humanize travel? To turn a flight into a story rather than a routine? If so, it was a bold move, and perhaps a deeply intuitive one. Taehyung doesn't sell loudly. He persuades softly. He doesn't shout destinations. He suggests them. Fans also noticed the subtle alignment of values: elegance, artistry, global connection without aggression, the sense of moving forward while honoring emotion. These are qualities Taehyung has consistently projected, whether intentionally or not. And in that sense, the partnership felt less like a contract and more like a mirror. Still, questions remain unanswered. Will Taehyung appear in cinematic campaign films? Will there be a storyline attached to his role as global icon? Is this a one-time collaboration, or the beginning of a longer narrative tied to his personal artistic journey? The airline has remained carefully quiet. Taehyung remains carefully quiet, and in that shared restraint, curiosity only grows. What is certain is this: the world noticed. Not because of loud headlines, but because of the weight behind the choice. Taehyung didn't just board another brand deal. He stepped into a symbolic space where travel, identity, and global emotion intersect. And perhaps that's the real story. Not that Taehyung became a global icon for a Chinese airline, but that an airline chose to redefine what a global icon looks like. Not loud, not obvious, but unforgettable once seen. As fans continue to search for clues, one thing feels clear. This move wasn't random. It wasn't rushed. And it wasn't small. So the question remains, lingering like a plane suspended between takeoff and landing. Is this simply a partnership, or the first sign of a much larger journey Taehyung is about to take the world on? The silence surrounding Taehyung's role as a global icon only deepened the mystery. Days passed, yet nothing felt accidental. Fans noticed how even the smallest visual connected to the airline carried a refined, cinematic tone. Muted colors, soft lighting, an atmosphere that felt closer to an art film than a commercial. It was as if the campaign itself was speaking Taehyung's language. And then came the emotional shift among fans. This wasn't just pride. It wasn't just excitement. It was something quieter and heavier, a sense of witnessing a turning point. Many armies describe the feeling as watching Taehyung outgrow categories. No longer limited to stages, charts, or awards, he was now representing movement itself. Borders, skies, journeys people take when they are chasing something unknown. Late-night discussions filled fan spaces. Some recalled how Taehyung has always been drawn to nostalgia, to moments between destinations rather than the destination itself. Airports, train stations, hotel rooms, those in-between spaces where stories are born. Becoming the face of an airline felt like a poetic extension of that identity. He wasn't selling luxury. He was selling feeling. There were also whispers about influence. Choosing Taehyung wasn't just about reaching fans. It was about reshaping perception. An airline aligning with an artist known for sensitivity and depth sent a message. Travel isn't just about speed or status, it's about connection. About arriving somewhere changed, even slightly. Interestingly, Taehyung's past collaborations suddenly looked like breadcrumbs leading here. Fashion houses that valued storytelling. Music projects that prioritized mood over noise. Interviews where he spoke less, but meant more. This partnership didn't come out of nowhere. It felt earned, layered, almost inevitable. Still, the biggest question lingered: what comes next? Fans speculate that this may open doors beyond advertising. Short films, art-driven travel campaigns, perhaps even music tied to journeys and destinations. With Taehyung, nothing ever stays on the surface. Every step seems to echo forward into something larger, something quietly ambitious. And yet, what makes this moment truly powerful is its restraint. No overexposure, no forced celebration, just a single announcement that allowed the world to react naturally. In that way, Taehyung once again proved that presence doesn't require volume. Sometimes, it only requires meaning. As the skies continue to carry his image across borders, one thing is certain: this isn't just about flights taking off. It's about an artist whose influence now moves freely between cultures, languages, and emotions without needing permission. So as fans look up the next time a plane disappears into the clouds, they may wonder, not just where it's going, but what story it carries with it. Taehyung's journey as a global icon has only just begun, and if this moment is any indication, the path ahead won't be loud or predictable, but it will be unforgettable. Stay tuned with BTS Lover channel, because some journeys don't end at landing, they begin there.